Oakland County Board of Commissioners meeting for September 28, 2017 to order. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Commissioners Berman,
Here.
Bowman, Crawford,
Here.
Dwyer,
Here.
Fleming, Gershenson, Gingell,
Here.
Hoffman,
Here.
Jackson, Kokendorfer,
Here.
Kowal, Long. Long? I know she's here, but, okay. McGilvray?
Here.
Okay, you can't pretend to be her, whoever just did that. Middleton? Here. Quarles?
Here.
Spiz is excused. Taub?
Here.
Teets?
Here.
Weipert?
Here.
Woodward?
Here.
Zach?
Here.
Thank you.
Long? Still not back in here? Okay. All right, well, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. This morning, our invocation will be given by the Honorable Shelley Taub. I'd ask Commissioner Taub to come forward to the podium, and I'd ask that you all please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Taub.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to have just a moment of silence for a former chair of the Oakland County Road Commission, Rudy Lozano. Thank you. During this period of time in the Jewish faith, we have 10 days of awe, during which time we pray and we ask everyone that we have perhaps slighted or done something not too nice to, or we've have wronged, for forgiveness. So I'm asking each and every one of you to forgive me if I did inadvertently step on your toes. Now is the time for turning. The leaves are beginning to turn from green to red to gold to orange. The birds are beginning to turn and are heading once more toward the south. The animals are beginning to turn to storing their food for the winter. For leaves, birds, and animals, turning comes instinctively. But for us, turning does not come so easily. It takes an act of will for us to make a turn. It means breaking with old habits. It means admitting that we have been wrong, and this is never easy. It means losing face. It means starting all over again, and this is always painful. It means saying, I am sorry. It means recognizing that we have the ability to change. These things are terribly hard to do, but unless we turn, we will be trapped forever in yesterday's ways. Lord, help us to turn from callousness to sensitivity, from hostility to love, from pettiness to purpose, from envy to contentment, from carelessness to discipline, from fear to faith. Turn us around, O Lord, and bring us back toward you. Revive our lives as at the beginning, and turn us toward each other, Lord, for in isolation there is no life. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll now take a motion for the approval of the minutes for September 6, 2017, moved by Dwyer, supported by McGilvray. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. The minutes have been approved. Now on to the approval of the agenda, and for that I'll call on the Majority Caucus Chair, Commissioner Shelley Taub. Commissioner Taub.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have two items on the agenda to amend. First is public services, and this will go on the consent agenda. Under A, prosecuting attorney fiscal year 2018 crime victims' rights grant acceptance. And we're going to waive Rule 3. Resolution was taken up by the Public Services Committee immediately prior to today's meeting, and a fiscal note was taken up by Finance on September 14th, 2017. The second item is Human Resources Committee, and this will go on the regular agenda. It will be A there, and it will be referred to Finance. Human Resources Department authority to approve of optional supplementary incentives for difficult-to-recruit positions. We're going to waive Rule 3 again. This resolution was taken up by the HR Committee immediately prior to today's meeting. And with those two amendments, I would like to move the agenda as amended.
So we have a motion from Todd to move the agenda as amended, supported by Gershenson. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll on the amended agenda.
Commissioners Bowman, Crawford, Dwyer,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Gershenson, Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson, not here, Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal, Long,
Yes.
McGilvray,
Yes.
Middleton, Quarles, Taub,
Yes.
Teets, Whitebert,
Yes.
Woodward, Zach,
Yes.
Berman.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
19 yeas, 0 nays. The amended agenda has been adopted, and that'll bring us to the communications portion of our agenda. And today we actually have 2 items in this section. One is a public hearing, which we'll conduct in a moment, and then another is a presentation that Commissioner Quarles will lead us through. So we will now break from our normal Board of Commissioners meeting for the public hearing, Economic Development and Community Affairs resolution approving the provisions of a brownfield plan for the Iron Ridge project, City of Ferndale and Pleasant Ridge. So if there's anyone here to speak on this specific matter, you're welcome to come to the microphone in the back, introduce yourself, and make your comments. If you're here for some other comment, we're going to have a public comment section in just a moment that you'll be able to speak on what other item you're here to speak on outside of this particular brownfield plan. So is there anyone here this morning to speak specifically on this brownfield plan? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for the brownfield plan amendment for the Iron Ridge project, City of Ferndale and Pleasant Ridge, and we'll return back to our normally scheduled Board of Commissioners meeting. And I'll now recognize Commissioner Nancy Quarles for a presentation this morning. Commissioner Quarles.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning. As most of my fellow commissioners will remember, about a month or so ago, I came and asked for support on a project with the Southfield Martin Luther King Task Force. And at that time, they were taking students on a journey through the Freedom Ride. And it was a very successful event. The people who planned it and worked with the students are very pleased for the help from the commissioners as well as the other sponsors that they have. And to that point, they would like to thank you personally, each one of us, on helping them get this Freedom Ride up and moving forward. So I would like to invite Pat Haney, the president of the Martin Luther King Task Force, and Barbara Talley, who was also very involved with the training.
Good morning. I'm Pat, as Commissioner Quarles says, I'm Pat Haney, and I am president of the Dr. Martin Luther King Task Force of Southfield. And accompanying me this morning is Barbara Talley, who is the founder of the task force and a former Southfield City Council member. And I might add, she was also an outstanding county employee for many, many years. Retired now. We are here this morning to, on behalf of the task force, to express our heartfelt thank you for your support and financial commitment to a very special project we had this summer, and that was the Freedom Ride 2017. we were able, thank you, to take 27 students on an actual freedom ride through Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Memphis, and Louisville, Kentucky. They came from various backgrounds, various school districts, primarily from Oakland County, but we also had some students from Wayne County and Macomb County. The task force has been established since 1985, and we are primarily known for the largest celebration in Michigan, celebrating King's birthday each January. And we've been in existence for 33 years. We've now become the 5th largest celebration in the country. But even though that's our primary activity, we have ongoing educational activities throughout the year on the areas of nonviolence, conflict resolution, social justice, and a lot of our programs focus on young people. And this year, given the challenging times we face, the task force decided to do something to try to pull people together so that we can, now more than ever, we need to come together as a country that is founded on justice, equity, and freedom. So we thought we'd give them a hands-on experience to go back in time. And like I said, we're just here this morning to thank Mr. Chairman, the commission, and the staff that was involved in helping us make this outstanding historical event happen. Before I make the actual awards to the commission, I'd just like Barbara to say a few words.
Good morning. I am very excited that we had the opportunity to have so many students to become aware of the history and to go to all of the places that Martin Luther King and all of the other people who gave their lives for to make this nation what it is. And I just want to say that many people think that the Martin Luther King Task Force is only the peace walk, but we do have the educational program. And these young people are coming back, and what they're going to do is they took a log. Everywhere they went, they logged. And what they're going to do is we're going to bring them together, and they are going to do wonders for their community and for the nation. And I just want to thank you very much, because not only they're going to do that, but they're going to take the nonviolence, the 6 steps of nonviolence of Dr. Martin Luther King. So I thank you very much, and I just hope that we can do this with more youngsters. And you can become, what is it, a chaperone? You can become a chaperone and go with us, okay? So thank you very much.
And we didn't just want to just use words to say thank you. We wanted something that would commemorate your foresight and would be a lasting recognition of our appreciation for what you've done to make this project possible. So, Chairman, Mr. Chairman, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Task Force Incorporated presents to Oakland County, Michigan Board of Commissioners, in recognition of your commitment and financial support for the Freedom Ride 2017. And one of Dr. King's famous quotes is, "The time is always right to do what is right." And this, we'd like to present you with this plaque. As many of you know, our area is very, very blessed to have 2 outstanding county commissioners. And I was so happy that Commissioner Zach came over to us because we miss her dearly, because she used to be as well as one of our commissioners here in Southfield several years ago. But Commissioner Jackson and Commissioner Quarles, we can't say enough about, and we also want to give our County Commissioner Nancy Quarles a special recognition for her support. She's been a long-time member of the task force, just as Commissioner Jackson, and she helped us reach out to you. So again, we want to say a special thank you to her. And so, Commissioner Quarles. Okay, at this time, we'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Well, maybe I can just say a couple words. On behalf of the board, we certainly are honored to accept this recognition and plaque, and I just want to give credit where credit's due. You mentioned Janet Jackson and Nancy Quarles, and they are great commissioners, and they represent you well. Trust me, they do. But one day, Nancy said to me, "Hey, I need to talk to you, and it's about something important." And I knew, okay, we're going to do something here. So I really want to recognize Nancy for bringing this issue to the board. And so, first of all, thank you, Commissioner Quarles. It's a great activity, and the effort and work that you do is very important. So we are asking you to keep it up, not just really for our youth, but for all of us to maybe listen more, understand more, learn a little bit more, and then take action once you've learned and understood and make a difference in your community. And, you know, that's what I see you doing here, and we thank you for it, and we are humbled and honored to accept this plaque and to be able to participate with you. So keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Okay, so we'll take a picture right up front.
Thank you again, Mr. Chair, for all your support, and my fellow commissioners.
Madam Chair, are there any other communications to come before us this morning?
I appreciate the raise, but you're calling me chair.
Yeah, wait. Actually, I'm happy to do that today, by the way. It's budget day. Good luck with that. Madam Clerk.
We have one communication today dated September 28th to the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. Ladies and gentlemen, please be advised of the following revisions in the appointments to the Oakland County Human Trafficking Task Force Core Group pursuant to miscellaneous resolution number 17001. Representative from the Oakland County Health and Human Services Department, Kathy Forsley. Alternate, Lisa McKay Chazen. One representative from Oakland Schools, alternate Sarah Orris. One representative from Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, alternate Ivana Maplanka. And one representative from a Victim Services Agency, Common Ground, Reginald Andrew. Thank you, Commissioner Michael Spiz, Chairperson, Oakland County Human Trafficking Task Force. That's it.
Without objection, we'll confirm those appointments and receive and file the communication. We'll now move on to our public comment section of our meeting. I don't know if there's anyone that signed up. There is no one that signed up for public comment this morning, but if you're here and you'd like to make a public comment, you're welcome to come to the microphone in the back and I'll recognize you. Is there anyone here this morning for public comment? Seeing none, we'll close public comment and move on to the reports of standing committees, starting with the items on the consent agenda. I'll take a motion on the consent agenda, moved by Hoffman, supported by Quarles and Bowman. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
On the consent agenda, Commissioners Crawford,
Yes.
Dwyer,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Gershenson, Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal, Long,
Yes.
McGilvray,
Yes.
Middleton, Quarles, Taub,
Yes.
Teets, Whitebert,
Yes.
Woodward, Zach,
Yes.
Berman,
Yes.
Bowman. Mr. Chair, you have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
19 yeas, 0 nays. The items on the consent agenda have been approved, and we'll now move on to the regular agenda. And I believe with the item that was added from the suspension list, we will now have every committee coming before us this morning. So we'll start with the Finance Committee, and I'll call on the chairperson of our Finance Committee, Commissioner Tom Middleton. Commissioner Middleton.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, we have a public hearing. Do you want to call the public hearing on the budget?
So today, our purpose really in finance is to adopt the overall county budget for 18 and the spending plan for 19 and 20. Overall, a 3-year balanced budget, and our process requires that we start that with a public hearing. So I will now open the public hearing for the 2018 General Appropriations Act. Is there anyone here this morning to speak specifically on that matter? Seeing none, I'll close the public comment, and we'll return to our normal meeting, and I will turn it back over to Commissioner Middleton.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to present the resolution Fiscal Year 2018 General Appropriations Act and 2018 County General Property Tax Rate.
So we have
I so move, yeah.
We have a motion from Commissioner Middleton, supported by Commissioner Woodward, to put the resolution for the budget appropriation in front of us today. Commissioner Middleton, I believe there are a couple reports we'll also need to adopt and attach to that resolution.
Okay. I further move to incorporate the reports from HR and Finance Committee to the budget recommendation.
So let's do those with voice votes. I'll take a motion to accept and incorporate the Human Resource Report, moved by Commissioner Dwyer, supported by Commissioner Zach. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. That action has been approved. I'll now take action to accept and approve the finance report and attach it to the budget resolution, moved by Whitebert, supported by Gershenson. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. That action has now been approved. Now we're back on the Fiscal Year 2018 General Appropriations Act resolution and 2018 General Property Tax Rates and resolution, along with the HR and finance reports incorporated. Any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll. But prior to that, just from a clarification standpoint, there will be 3 additional resolutions that we will address under new business that have to deal with programs and spending, but they will not be incorporated at this point in time. We'll do all that under new business. So this is, again, just for the Fiscal Year 2018 General Appropriations Act, 2018 County General Property Tax Rates, along with the HR and finance reports incorporated. Seeing no discussion, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Commissioners Dwyer,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman, Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
McGilvray,
Yes.
Middleton,
Yes.
Quarles, Taub,
Yes.
Teets,
Yes.
Whitebert,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Zach,
Yes.
Berman,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Crawford.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
19 yeas, 0 nays. The Budget Appropriations Act and county property tax rates have been adopted. Commissioner Middleton.
Well, thank you, Board Commissioners. In behalf of the Finance Committee, this is something we work all summer on. We had all the departments before us and all the electeds. It was a very thorough process, and I feel a great relief when this passes. It just shows the cooperation that we have in this county. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Woodward.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I want to commend the leadership of the Chairman of Finance, Commissioner Middleton. We've been around this rodeo a few times. This is arguably the most important core responsibility that we have to fund Oakland County government to do all the things that we look forward to it. And Not only does the chairman of finance run great meetings, but I think that sitting in those meetings, you learn something new about all the great things that we are doing, but really does create a space for all voices to be heard and end with a product. There's countless number of hours and staff throughout the county, from every department that play a role here. You make it look so easy. Thank you for your leadership, and I think we can be very proud about this budget this year.
It probably should be noted that what we did vote on was an $878 million budget. Thank you.
And I'd just like to add, with a moment of personal privilege, getting a booklet, as Commissioner Middleton has, hundreds of pages put together in intimate detail on every line item, and being able to talk to any particular line item at any particular time, it's a huge asset and a huge capability. And I think I want to first start by thanking the board for their bipartisanship and working to get this budget adopted. Many times in government you see wailing and gnashing of teeth, and today we saw a bipartisan spirit to do the right thing and to move the county forward. I also want to take a moment to thank the board staff. Chris Ward, our director, many of the team members here, they put a lot of effort in answering our questions and being the intermediary between the board and the administration, and that shouldn't go unrecognized. So on behalf of the board, we want to thank the board staff and all the effort that you put into making this happen today. And in addition to that, I want to thank the management and budget. I see Lori Van Pelt and Bob's over there, and Lynn and others. I'm probably missing a number of them, so I'm sorry. But we want to recognize that team too, because we know that you work hard, you work late. You probably get crazy questions from commissioners like, what are they thinking about? But you always respond, and your answers are good, reasonable, and practical. So we couldn't do this without you either. Keep up the good work. It's important that we all work together, keep Oakland County strong. So just thank you from the board to our staff and to the administration and management and budget team, and I'd like to just give them a round of applause. So now that was so easy, Tom, now we're going to move on to the other parts of our meeting, and we do have all the other committees to come before us. I believe the item that was on the suspension rules for Human Resources will need to come before us this morning, so I will call on the chairperson of our Human Resources Committee, Commissioner Bob Hoffman.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have one item today. Human Resources Department authority to approve optional supplementary incentive for difficult to recruit positions. Refer to Finance.
Without objection, refer to the Finance Committee. Commissioner Hoffman.
Thank you. That concludes my report.
Next will be our General Government Committee, and I'll call on the chairperson of that committee, Commissioner Christine Long. Commissioner Long.
Okay, just one item, Board of Commissioners appointments to the Board of County Canvassers. The General Government Committee have reviewed the recommendations by the Chair of the Oakland County Republican Party and the Chair of the Oakland County Democratic Party. Recommends the following candidates to be considered for appointment to the Board of County Canvassers for a 4-year term beginning November 1st, 2017 to October 31st, 2021. One Republican member out of Wilma Cotton Clarendon, is it Batcher? And Greg Dildian. I don't know how to say their names. So, and one Democrat member, Gloria Spann, Vaughn Derderian, and Sharon Baseman. Chairperson, on behalf of the General Government Committee, I move the acceptance of the foregoing report.
Okay, so we'll actually take this action in 2 steps. We'll first move to accept the report. So motion by Long, supported by McGilvery. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed nay. The report's been accepted. Now for the selection of the individuals to be appointed. For this particular appointment, the Board of Canvassers, our process is that we take the vote by ballot. So I believe everyone should have a ballot in front of them. Okay, if Commissioner Hoffman needs a ballot. What you'll need to do is check one individual for the Republican canvasser and one individual for the Democratic canvasser, and if you can bring them up to the clerk or have one of the staff collect them, we will tally the votes.
Put your name on it.
It's probably in your pile.
No, it's not.
Well, you can't, did you have a voter ID card?
Which I thought was kind of funny. Get it out, Bob Hoffman. It's funny. It was funny, a voter ID card. I think ours were. Yeah. Bad calculations.
Thank you.
Okay. So the results are Wilma Cotton received 19 votes, Gloria Span received 18 votes, and Vaughn Derdurian received 1 vote. So Wilma Cotton and Gloria Harston Span will continue. They have both been serving on the Board of Canvassers, and they will continue. So thank you.
With the results of the ballot vote then, I'll take a motion to appoint the top 2 vote getters, one on the Republican side and one on the Democratic side, as the outcome of the ballot. Moved by Long, supported by Gershenson. Any discussion? If not, I'll ask clerk to call the roll.
Commissioners Fleming?
Yes.
Gershenson? Gingell?
Yes.
Hoffman? Yes. Kokendorfer? Yes. Kowal? Yes. Long?
Yes.
McGilvray?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes.
Quarles? Quarles? No. Taub?
Yes.
Teets? Yes. Whitebert?
Yes.
Woodward? Yes. Zach?
Yes.
Berman?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Dwyer?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 18 yeas, 0 nays.
18 yeas, 0 nays. The appointments have been confirmed. Commissioner Long.
That concludes general government reports today.
Next will be our Planning and Building Committee, and for that I'll call on the chairperson of the Planning and Building Committee, Commissioner Phil Whitebert. Commissioner Whitebert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Today we have 3 items. The first item is miscellaneous resolution. It has a fiscal note attached and it has a finance report attached. It is in Water Resources Commissioner 2017 lake level assessments for the operation and maintenance resolution, and this is to be laid over to October 26th of 2017.
Without objection, we'll lay that matter over to October 26, 2017 for final approval. Commissioner Whitebert.
Thank you. The second item is miscellaneous resolution, also with a fiscal note attached. It's Water Resources Commissioner 2017 Chapter 4 Drain Maintenance Assessment Resolution. I'd ask that be laid over to October 26, 2017.
Without objection, we'll lay that matter over to October 26, 2017 for final approval. Commissioner Whitebert.
And the last item is miscellaneous resolution with also a fiscal note attached. It is Water Resources Commissioner 2017 Chapter 18 Drain Maintenance Assessment Resolution. I'd ask that be laid over to October 26, 2017.
Without objection, we'll lay that matter over to October 26, 2017 for final approval. Commissioner Whitebert.
That concludes the report of the Plan and Building Committee.
Thank you very much. And that'll conclude the items for the regular agenda and all the committee items to come before us today. So we'll now move on to new business, as there is no unfinished business, special order of business, or reports of special committees to come before us. So I know that there are a number of resolutions, new matters to be introduced, and if the commissioners would like to just line up to the microphone in the back, I'll recognize you in the order in which you line up, and we'll start with Commissioner Shelley Taub.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of you and myself and Marcia Gershenson, Mike Spiz, Wade Fleming, Hugh Crawford, Eileen Kowal, Nancy Quarles, and Phil Weipert, I would like to introduce a resolution, Board of Commissioners designation of National Adult Education and Family Literacy Week, September 25th through September 30th, 2017, and I'd like to request suspension of the rules.
So we have a resolution to come before us, and the request to suspend the rules to take the matter up today. So a motion by Taub to suspend the rules, supported by Zach. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll on the suspension of the rules.
Commissioners Gershenson? Gingell?
Yes.
Hoffman? Yes. Kokendorfer?
Yes.
Kowal? Yes. Long? Yes. McGilvray?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes.
Quarles? Yes. Taub?
Yes.
Teets? Yes. Weipert?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Berman?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Dwyer?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
19 yeas. The rules are now suspended, and the matter may come before us. So I'll take a motion by Taub, supported by Zach, to put the matter in front of this board. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Commissioners Gingell?
Yes.
Hoffman? Yes. Kokendorfer?
Yes.
Kowal? Long?
Yes.
McGilvray?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes.
Quarles? Taub?
Yes.
Teets? Yes. Weipert?
Yes.
Woodward? Yes. Zach?
Yes.
Berman?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Dwyer?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Gershenson? Mr. Chair, you have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
19 yeas. The resolution's been adopted. Commissioner Gershenson.
Good morning. I'd like to introduce miscellaneous resolution for Oakland County Cooperative Lakes Monitoring Program, and I'd like to thank all my fellow commissioners that signed on to this, and in particular our health department. And this should be referred to, we're going to suspend the rules.
Yep, we'll actually take that matter up today, so I'll take a request from Gershenson to suspend the rules, supported by Hoffman, and I'll ask the clerk to call the roll on the suspension of the rules.
How much money is it? 50,000.
Commissioners Hoffman?
Yes.
Kokendorfer? Yes. Kowal?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
McGilvray?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes.
Quarles?
Yes.
Taub?
Yes.
Teets? Yes. Weipert?
Yes.
Woodward? Yes. Zach?
Yes.
Berman?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Dwyer?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Gershenson?
Yes.
Gingell?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
19 yeas. The rules are now suspended, and we'll take a motion on the matter to come before the board. So moved by Gershenson, supported by Hoffman. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll on the resolution.
Commissioners Kokendorfer? Kowal? Long? McGilvray?
Yes.
Middleton? Yes. Quarles? Yes. Taub? Yes. Teets? Yes. Weipert?
Yes.
Woodward? Yes. Zach?
Yes.
Berman?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Dwyer?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Gershenson?
Yes.
Gingell?
Yes.
Hoffman?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
19 yeas. The resolution's been adopted.
Thank you.
Commissioner Woodward.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a resolution here, I think before everybody, to renew the partnership with Oakland Schools for the Safe and Healthy Kids program to prevent school bullying, and ask to suspend the rules for immediate consideration.
So I'll take a motion from Woodward to suspend the rules, supported by Fleming. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll on the suspension of the rules.
Commissioners Kowal? Yes. Long? Yes. McGilvray?
Yes.
Middleton? Yes. Quarles? Taub? Yes. Teets? Yes. Weipert?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Berman?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Dwyer?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Gershenson?
Yes.
Gingell?
Yes.
Hoffman?
Yes.
Kokendorfer? Mr. Chair, you have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
19 yeas, the rules are suspended. I'll now take a motion on the resolution to put it before us, moved by Woodward, supported by Fleming. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Commissioners Long? McGilvray?
Yes.
Middleton? Yes. Quarles? Yes. Taub?
Yes.
Teets? Yes. Whitebird?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Berman?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Dwyer?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Gershenson?
Yes.
Gingell?
Yes.
Hoffman?
Yes.
Kokendorfer? Kowal? Mr. Chair, you have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
19 yeas, 0 nays, the resolution's been adopted. Any other new resolutions to come before us this morning? Otherwise, I will have 2, and I'll ask to be recognized.
Commissioner Gingell.
Thank you very much. The first resolution is the Tri-Party Road Improvement Program Fiscal Year 2017 appropriation for the Charter Township of Orion reconstruction of Stadium Drive from M24 to Stadium Elementary School, Project 53772. I'd ask that that be referred to Finance.
Without objections, refer to Finance. Commissioner Gingell.
The second resolution I have this morning is a miscellaneous resolution, a partnership with Oakland Hope to provide human services assistance for low-income individuals within Oakland County, and I'd ask that we suspend the rules first in order to take this matter up today.
Okay, a motion to suspend the rules, moved by Fleming, supported by Woodward. Pardon? Oh, yeah, moved by Mike Gingell, right, okay. And supported by Woodward, yep, okay. Okay, call the roll.
Okay. On suspension of the rules?
On the suspension,
yep.
Yeah.
Commissioners McGilvray? Yes. Middleton?
Yes.
Quarles? Yes. Taub?
Yes.
Teets? Yes. Whitebird?
Yes.
Woodward? Yes. Zach?
Yes.
Berman?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Dwyer?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Gershenson? Gingell?
Yes.
Hoffman?
Yes.
Kokendorfer? Kowal? Yes. Long?
Yes.
Okay, rules are suspended, continue.
19 yeas.
Oh, okay.
I'd now like to make a motion to adopt the resolution, a partnership with Oakland Hope to provide human assistance for low-income individuals in Oakland County. And I want to thank all my fellow commissioners that have signed on here. I believe everyone has signed on. So thank you all for your support. This is a worthy cause, and it's something that we will all see benefit from. So I'd ask that we move the resolution.
Okay, the motion has been made by Gingell, supported by McGilvray. Is there any questions? If not, call the roll.
Okay. Commissioners Middleton?
Yes.
Quarles? Taub?
Yes.
Teets? Yes. Whitebird?
Yes.
Woodward? Yes. Zach? Yes. Berman?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Dwyer?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Gershenson? Yes. Gingell?
Yes.
Hoffman?
Yes.
Kokendorfer? Kowal?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
McGilvray? You have 19 yeas, 0 nays.
Okay, resolution passed. Commissioner Gingell.
Thank you very much. Is there any other new or miscellaneous business to come before us this morning, or any announcements? Commissioner Zach.
I just want to bring it to attention. I had a stack of letters on septic tanks from my district, and I have asked our administrative director, Chris Ward, to look at this issue, and our staff will get back to us with some response.
Okay.
Are you looking at me? You don't have a stack of letters?
I haven't checked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Commissioner Taub.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to remind that just a handful of people who forgot to contribute to the Flower Fund, that Tom Berman is right here and he's ready to collect.
Commissioner Kowal.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to thank, I'm not sure which department, maintenance, groundskeepers, or whatever, for the absolutely beautiful flowers when we drive into the complex, like the field flowers, the black-eyed Susans, the cosmos, all these flowers. It's just, it just makes me feel good to see them, and I'm enjoying them every last second until our first frost comes along and we have to wait till next year. Thank you.
Any other announcements or comments? Seeing none, I'll announce that we're adjourned to October 11th, 2017 at 7 p.m. or call the chair.